Wow, it's cold out here. It's January the 3rd and it's been snowing again, and I'm just doing the first video in a few days since Christmas on my new Kodak Zx1. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I'm going to walk a bit further. I've got people with dogs coming in. So yeah, 2010. How the hell did that happen? And which way am I going? Do I go that way or that way? I think I'm going to go that way. So I was born in 1968 and I obviously don't remember that. I don't remember the 60s, but I do remember the 70s, and things were really different then. Much simpler. You know, half the families you knew didn't have cars. If you had a phone, a home phone, you were really lucky, you know, a landline. Most of the time you wanted to make a phone call, you had to take some change and go and find a call box. And that was quite often really shitty because it would be pissing it down with rain, and hell, if you needed to call a doctor in a hurry, it was a real nightmare. And there were no computers. I remember having watched Star Trek one day, saying to my mum, I want a computer when I grow up. And my mother said, no, only really big companies will have computers. They're enormous and they cost far too much for anything other than really big companies and governments and whatever. And cars. My dad had a Cortina Mark 1, and the cars that you see around today back then would have looked like spaceships, how we thought spaceships looked. So here we are. And it's 2010. Back then, I read comics. I read 2000 AD. The year 2000 was a big deal. 2000 was the future, you know. 2010 was the distant future. So, where are the robots? Where are the spaceships? Where is the monolith? Why isn't Roy Scheider up around Jupiter on some big spaceship trying to reconfigure HAL? Where are the laser guns? Where's my jetpack? I want my jetpack. This is the future. This 2000 was the future. We're in 2010. This is the distant future. What? Where? I don't know. I know there are kids who don't even know what it's like for it to not be 2000 and something. You know, it's not a big deal. If you remember 19 something, you're really old. So we've got some things that are really cool. The internet, who saw that coming except William Gibson? Really cool. Digital camcorders. Hey look, this thing fits in my pocket. It kicks ass. It seems, I think, like the future turned out to be in the little things instead of the big things. Nanotechnology. We don't have the whopping great big spaceships. We don't have the giant killer robots. This is a really cool place. It's really quiet. I'm up by the golf course in case anyone's wondering. Anyway, like I was saying, I think, a lot of the stuff we thought we would get, we didn't. And a lot of the stuff we got, we never thought we were going to get. We didn't think about it. Maybe we just didn't have the imagination. I didn't have the imagination. I wasn't expecting a digital camcorder that I could fit in my pocket, record myself walking through a snow-filled field on January the 3rd, 2010. What a view. And I would then take home, plug into my computer, edit the crap out of, try and not make myself look like some kind of angsty teenager when I'm really some kind of angsty 41-year-old. There's a zoom on here somewhere. Where is it? There it is. So, there is a point to all of this. I'm just rambling so much. I'll pause for a little while. I'm enjoying the walk. 2010 then. Not what I expected back then. Back in 1970 whatever. Not what I expected at all. This is a cool place. I can't see shit. I've got the sun in my eyes. I've got an old couple wandering along behind me. I think I'm not disappointed that things are like this. There is no Mega City 1 and no Judge Dredd, and that is a good thing. 1984 didn't turn out all Big Brother. 2010's getting that way, but we're not there yet. But I think the point that I'm trying to make, and I'm not entirely sure, given that this is not the 2010 that people envisioned in 1970 something, what is 2030 going to be like? 2040, something like that. What is it going to be like this but more? Because really that's all it is from the 70s to here. It's the same but more. You know, you look around here, what's the difference between this and, I don't know, 1310, 1210, you know? Who says the Normans haven't just invaded looking at this? Where's the future going to go? What we think of as the distant future now, that probably isn't that distant at all. What are we going to get? Will we get the giant killer robots and the spaceships? I don't think so. I don't think we've got the capability. We can do the little stuff. What's this? I don't think we've got what it takes. Hell, we can't even keep our planet from killing us. We're making it do it. So, things are going to get smaller. Are we going to have the little nano robots running around in our bloodstreams? Probably. Technology's going to get smaller. What's going to get bigger? I hear people. I don't like hearing people. Tent. That's not what I expected. Curious. They went as quiet when they heard me as I went when I heard them. I don't know if I'm pointing the camera at them. Hey folks, you might be on YouTube. It's not what you expect to find in the woods at this time of the year. And it's not even woods, it's just a narrow strip. Look at this. I love this place. I think I'll shut up now unless I think of anything else to say. Happy New Year. Okay, I've got a question. I'm in a little stand of woods in the middle of nowhere. I'm next to some farmland, and opposite that is a golf course, and beyond that there's houses. You can't see them from here. So all of that being the case, what the hell is this? What is that? Why would that be here? very puzzled. Well, I'm out of there, and you can't imagine the size of that thing, or maybe you can, but that's bloody enormous. The more things change, the more they stay the same.